when we were planning this, we were thinking like, okay, what is so rare in Cyberpunk world that people would actually go to the dollhouse to pay for? What is so rare, so unusual?
Hello YouTube, my name is Shiffo and welcome to my channel. In this video, Pawel Sasko, the lead quest designer of Cyberpunk 2077, will play through the cloud scene together with Cinematic Designer Kajetan Kapuściński while giving developer commentary. Please note that this video contains spoilers. Let's dive into it.
Yeah, that's the moment where lots of streamers get like, okay, what's going on?
It's really interesting, you know, because when we were like designing whole that sequence, we were actually asking ourselves, okay, what is something in Cyberpunk 2077 that somebody would be paying dolls for? Would it just make sense to just like, you know, have dolls as just like kind of a joy toys, right? And
Actually,
that's why
also,
this whole exchange is so specific.
And the fact that she like calls you by your name, not only by V, really interesting moment.
V. Just V. Only people who know me real well can use my real name.
This shows me how sad this society is. Exactly. That was our objective. When we were planning this, we were thinking like, okay, what is so rare in Cyberpunk world that people would actually go to the dollhouse to pay for? What is so rare, so unusual?
How'd you know?
And after this whole setup in reception, you would think it's gonna be some like kinky, strange stuff.
Yeah.
But then you go inside and there is that person talking about your like emotions and your like problems. So yeah, I find it really cool as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like on some streams before, I was talking to you guys about something that we call interpretation hypothesis. As a player, you walk into the clouds and what happens? First thing that you basically everything tells you, okay, it's just a exclusive brothel or something of sort. And we are playing here with your expectations a lot because we want to surprise you as a player, but also tell you the story about the world. That's it. Like my deepest hidden desire, right? And then you start asking yourself, okay, so like what's really like deepest desire from V?
Yeah, and coming back to the scene, I love how slowly it gets more and more intimate, like how close you get to this character. There's like almost nothing to distract you. Like there's only like some background and the character in the front, and she's talking gently, slowly to you, and like you get more and more intimate talking about your problems and your inner perspective. That's really cool.
Somebody like wrote in the chat just a moment ago that basically what they offer here is a form of therapy, and it's an interesting point. I think it is.
And anything
Yeah, he just wants somebody to talk to, right? To get close to.
We're like constantly discussing, okay, what is actually so rare that the dolls can give you here, and it's basically being close to another person, and just intimacy, like a real intimacy, emotions. Is something that you can actually get. And in a way, when you like invest your intelligence into it, you start like thinking about that, you just understand how shocking it is in a way that this is something that people pay for really to get it, because this world is like stripped off everything.
I really like the trick here with the safe word. That is not something that you have to feel comfortable with, like talking about your fears and your like emotions, etc. And like the fact that you can always leave is also something like that gives you that safety. Like I know that I can just get out of it if I will go too far, and I don't want to do it anymore. And like from our side, from cinematics, like that's also what we did. That the farther you get, the more intimate it goes. The camera narrows, the depth of field gets more shallow. Like you see it's blurred out in the background, and you can really see like your body laid on the bed as well. I love this moment when she starts whispering, and you can see how like there's interaction to touch her, and you can see how delicate it is, how gentle it is. It's not a grab, it's like gentle touch of hands. Like that's something that V needs at this point, especially after what happened during the heist, etc. Like
Samurai.
It was really cool experience, you know.
What's going on?
Yeah. I also like this moment when she like the doll wakes up, because like now you can see that she didn't even talk these words, like she don't remember that. She doesn't remember that. So cool and magical a moment ago, and now it's like,
you know,
completely
bare.
gray
Sometimes
and like
seizure.
Exactly, when Kaitek used the safe word, like everything was stripped off, right? And we're just back to like a bare, cold, kind of a raw reality, right? Everything is like gray and so on. There was a question: are the walls the huge giant screen? The walls are not the screen. It was basically like an AR version, right? Like
Projection,
just
yeah.
on top of basically what you
you're
were
done here, you
what
should
we were
go.
seeing. And yeah, it's exactly how the magic is like dissolved.
And here you can also see some interesting acting choices, because she was all open and inviting from the start of the scene, and she was like gently pushing you to the bed and to get involved in that situation. But she was doing it in a way that it was really inviting and like gentle, as I said. And
Yeah.
now when she woke up, she like instantly turned back from you, because for her it's also a difficult moment. Like her client used save word. It's not something she was aiming for. Like.
Exactly.
And she's shocked, like what happened, like as she asked, like did I do something wrong? And that's not exactly what she did. Like she didn't do anything wrong. I just have another goal in this scene. I need to find Evelyn. But
Yeah.
for her as a worker in the
Some kind of
dollhouse,
seizure.
it's like a strange situation, and you can tell by body language that something changed.
Yeah, it's a really
Lot of
great
things
insight,
been
Kaitek,
going on
what
in
you're
my
giving
head
us right
lately.
now. It's awesome to
This
have you here
was
and discuss
different.
this.
I would like to bring up one comment from Michał Brzeźniak, actually, that the level of intimacy is only achievable in like when the character is talking to you, not like you observe it as a viewer only. And actually, I think this scene is like one of the show. It's a show of the strength of our, let's say, first-person perspective design of scenes, because like actually it was me doing those scenes. Like this character was talking directly to me, like looking in my eyes, and
There's some kind of
I could actually
seizure.
feel that I'm laying on the bed and talking about my problems. And I love those moments, and I think that's the strength of what we achieved here.
No.
It's interesting for me, like listening to her being so wise when she was talking to me about my problems, and now she's completely different person. She even talks differently, and
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it gives you this question, like whose thoughts were it actually? Were those my thoughts? And actually I know all that stuff but I didn't realize it yet, or like it's kind of mix of consciousness, me and Johnny, etc. Like I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.